there's a lot of people like, well, are you going to kiss him? That's like a big thing. Are you going to hold hands? I'm like, well, no. And how are you going to get to know him? Talking. So.
Wow. That's
nice idea.
I know.
Even from the first time when all of us came together, both of our parents and Aaron and I, and we sat and talked about, we basically shared, all of us went around and shared our hearts. It was such a beautiful time. And also within that, we started, establishing boundaries and kind of working together to define, okay, what does this thing look like? Because
So you guys didn't just set the boundaries yourself, just the two of you. You invited these lovely people behind you to participate in that process?
correct.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the most experience, and they've been married.
Imagine that.
And so they know what, and they've been through their life of, they dated and, all that stuff. So they know. There's a lot of people like, well, are you going to kiss him? That's like a big thing. Are you going to hold hands? I'm like, well, no. And how are you going to get to know him? Talking. So.
Wow.
That's a nice idea.
I know.
Let's talk.
And
So isn't that something your parents forced on
No.
you, or didn't they just kind of go, you can't touch this guy or anybody and no kissing or whatever?
I saw my friends go through so much dating. I saw their hearts being torn apart, and I saw the trail it left behind, and how when some of them got married, how it was based on physical. It wasn't based on commitment and really striving to have life partner. And what I really wanted to start in the beginning was taking that aside. We both decided, take the physical and let's put it aside. There's a time for that. We're going to have plenty of time to do that. But let's get to know each other.
All right, so your friends are saying, kiss him, hold his hand, go out, stay out late.
And I was like, no, I think we're just going to really get to know each other. We wanted to base this not on the physical. We know how feelings and emotions, they come and go. And in a marriage, they come and go. So we can't base that on it. So we decided to put that aside and really, truly start the foundation. Okay, talk to me. Who are you? Let's get to know each other in the context of these boundaries with our parents and community, and really just taking it one step at a time, like muttering. So just really getting to know each other in the sense of what's on your heart, what's the Lord talking to you about. Going through some stuff with me, emotionally, being open with him and letting that grow. Those moments of, okay, this is a little awkward, we don't know what to do with ourselves, let's talk it out. Instead of, most couples just break it off or go the physical in it. We really have to press through the awkwardness. We have to press through those struggles to get to know each other and to build that.
So give me a typical sort of day with you guys and how that day comes to an end, and what do you guys do?
Well, a typical day with Aaron and I, it's in the context again with family and community with other friends and whatnot. And so it's been in an environment where we have natural accountability and natural way for us to connect, talk, know about each other, spend time together. There's no isolation.
Great. So, what time do you go home when it's like, all right,
He doesn't
we're
go
all done
home
talking.
early.
You stay here till 3 a.m. How's it work?
Oh, well, with that, I typically try to leave when Mr. Bill goes to bed. I try to.
Good for people to know that. Honestly, that people will have a question just like that. It's like, what's this look like? And so is that Bill? Is that you going? Well, I'm ready to go to bed. How's that work usually?
No, that's normally a typical day would be, let's say Shabbat, he'd come over Friday afternoon and hang out with the family, and we have other people over, and so him and Aaron, as Ruel mentioned earlier, they're interacting within that community, so they're seeing how they deal with issues, and they spend time one on one. But after it's all over, Ruel has got a real servant's heart, so he would jump in, clean up, really just demonstrate support for us here, and then it would just lull down. It would just be us, and they would talk, and we'd spend that time together until it was appropriate to call it a night, and then we would all get up, together and tell each other good night, and just rejoice over what a great evening we had together. So that's typically how it would work.
Ron or Gilda, do you guys have any thoughts about this whole journey that these guys are taking?
The one thing I wanted to say is that when Ruel, I don't know if it was a text or a phone call he got from Bill to receive the answer, that he was grinning so much. He told me when he came home from work that he was grinning so much he had to duck his head inside the car. He ducked his head so people won't see him grinning. He would, I guess, I think he must have been having thoughts of Aaron or whatever, and he would just duck his head and grin. So I thought it was so funny.
What's going through your mind while you get this answer? Tell me about the day you got the answer. Where were you? What was going on? And what was that whole rest of that day like?
Well, we met. I met with Mr. Bill in the exact same restaurant, the exact same seating arrangement, exact same seat. It was the morning too, or was it? Maybe it was lunch. I think it was lunch, so a little bit later than the first time when I met with him. And so there I am, all intense. Yeah, don't know what's going on, don't know what to expect or anything. And we just started with the simple talk. And here I am, I'm just doing the inside. I'm like, let's just get down to the point. What's going on here? But of course, Mr. Bill discerned that. He knew where I was. And so he was kind and gracious, and he unfolded it all in a very father-like way, and expressed that Aaron does have the same heart for me. And he shared a little bit about her journey with that. And I was just grinning from ear to ear. And we had a wonderful conversation, a wonderful time together. And I just left the place I could have stopped grinning all day. And it was actually at that point he gave me the little DVD that has like a documentary about a couple that went through the betrothal process, and also a book that Aaron wanted me to read. And it was all in a brown paper bag. And I gave it to me, and I got up and I gave him this big old hug, and I went walking out the restaurant and got all these strange looks from people, and I was just like with a brown paper bag. I'm like, yeah, oh man, oh. So yeah.
That's so awesome. So while he's having this meal and telling him your answer, what's going on in you? What's happening with you?
I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I was really leaning on the Lord and talking with the Lord. I was excited, but this is so not normal. So I started, and all my humanness started having these fears of like, how my friends are going to react to this. How is this going to happen? Just all these questions. I just had to take it to the Lord. I kept on taking it to the Lord and find peace in Him. And just this whole process has been me growing closer to the Lord as I'm growing closer to Him, which is just a perfect picture of marriage. Is number 1, God. Number 2, Ruel. Just let's grow together in the Lord. So I was excited. I didn't know what to expect. This is brand new. And as slowly over time, as I got to know him, I fell more and more in love. So it was a process. But I think what's so different than nowadays is that most people try to fall in love, then, and then make the commitment. We say, okay, the Lord, this is the one. We make the commitment and then fall in love. And so with that commitment there, I was comfortable to, okay, I can let myself fall in love. And he was very encouraging as I was going through that, saying, I'm always going to be there for you. He was just by my side the whole time, even as I was going through those ups and downs of emotions and fears, and then seeking the Lord, and then finding peace, and then going back through this. So it's a process. It's not a one-time, let's do this, do that. We started our journey, and it's going to last for the rest of our life. And we know that. We know that after we're married, it's still going to be a process, and it's still going to be learning how to love, like 1 Corinthians, isn't it 13?
Yeah.
Like, love is patient, love is kind, and all those good qualities. That's what true love is. It's not just a quick feeling of, woohoo, we're in love. It's learning how to finally give up yourself and be unselfish, and learning how to love somebody with patience and kindness, and, not being prideful. And I look to that scripture a lot, because in our culture, love isn't defined that. It's defined as this feeling of excitement and going and, having this experience, and who knows where it will lead. But taking God's perspective on love and really latching onto that and saying, you know what, let's not consider the world's view of love. Let's consider God's view of love, and let's build that together, because that's going to last. That's not going to fade, and it will slowly grow and grow from there.
So, Aaron, how old are you?
I'm 19.
19.
Almost 20.
When will you be 20?
July 5th.
And so next month. How old are you, Rob?
I am 26.
26, okay. And when will you be 27?
August 24th.
People are going to want to know this stuff.